Peace, peace, family. Street Media TV here with you again. I'm here with my homie Fred. My homie Fred is from Haiti. We know that there's right now there is a sad crisis going on in Haiti right now, and there's a coup where the government has been toppled. The streets are wild. We're seeing the news clips with bodies in the street, machine gun fire everywhere, and we're trying to figure out what's going on down there, but not from the mainstream media's perspective. I want to talk to the actual people that are either there on the ground or the ones that's here living amongst us that can give us an understanding for what's going on. We don't trust the mainstream media because we all know and understand. We all saw what happened 2 years ago during the migrant crisis when the Haitians was trying to come through and they was being beat back with whips. And we're watching now these migrants come in from all over the damn world, just come right into America uh, with no problem at all. So I have my brother Fred here. He's going to give us an understanding for what's happening down there on the ground. Fred, what's going on? I want to
What's
first
going on?
start off by asking you basically um, not just the history of Haiti, but some of the events that's led up to what we're seeing now. As far as when Papa Doc was in, his son. Could you give us like a quick rundown on why we're seeing what we're seeing now, like a history timeline?
Okay. Um, First of all, I want to say good afternoon or good evening to your audience, wherever they may be. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to share some of information to what's going on. So, of course, when you watching mainstream media, it's very difficult to get a good understanding of what's really happening out there in Haiti. And what you see happening, you cannot get it on 5 seconds or 10-second news flash, so you can get a perspective on what's really happening. So, like you ask, this has been something in the making since 1914. Okay, what we seeing today, he has a genesis, and the genesis is deep rooted in America wants to have control over Haiti's resources, including its allies. Okay, so let's start with Papa Doc. Okay, right now, what do you see happening geopolitically? Geopolitically, what you see happening right now is you have multipolar um, political game going on geopolitically because countries now started to see that the way the powers are structured where one country is dictating what another country should do. Now it's going out. So just like USSR, when USSR was in power, you had the communist system, right? And you had US trying to push democracy, right? And you had Cuba on the other end, embracing communism, and you had China on the other hand, with Mao Zedong, and now you have Xi Jinping, and he's in full power, right? So what was happening in the region? The U.S. did not want communism to spread in the Caribbean island. So what they did was they say, you know what? Even though Papadak is a dictator, we're gonna prevent communism from coming to the Caribbean, especially in Haiti, right? By allowing, even though he's a dictator, we're gonna keep him there. We're gonna keep him there so that the people don't embrace USSR, which is a communist system.
They didn't want them to
So
do what Cuba did.
exactly. So even though he was ruthless, he was killing people. They keep him there. Imagine that, right? They support him. So they supported him. So now after USSR broke down, right? Then he died. Then you had his son came took over. So now at that point they wanted a regime change. So they wanted the democracy system to come in the in Haiti and throughout the Caribbean. So now they didn't have a need for dictatorship anymore. So now they got rid of uh, his son. Now they introduce democracy, right? They got rid of dictatorship in Haiti. Now they introduce democracy. So imagine you had a government that was killing people, but yet they had the backing of they had the backing of the U.S. because they did not want Haiti to embrace communism. So now, moving forward, moving forward, you had now democracy introduced in Haiti, but all at the expense of the people, because the people are were prevented from, education under the Papadak regime. In order for them to understand democracy, they have to know how to read, right? They have to understand the laws that involve in democracy, their rights, where your rights begin and where your rights end. That's where somebody else's, rights begin, right? But the people, they understand that the education system was not done to tell them, what democracy was, and do like a good education, of the people. So they just push it on them just because now they felt comfortable because USSR pretty much, fell. So now they brought democracy into Haiti. So now what we have the power structure in Haiti is governed by the power elite. So let me tell you exactly how the power structure is structured in Haiti. You have the uh, the mulattoes, the oligarchs, right? Then you have the politician who are controlled by the oligarchs, and now you have the oligarchs that are controlled by the U.S. So that's the chain, and then you have the masses. So the masses are being controlled by other, people that they call like leaders in the communities, right? The community leaders. Then you have the politicians. Then you have the oligarchs. Then you have the U.S. behind it. So
So
that's how that's how it's structured.
who would the oligarchs represent? Like the French?
The oligarchs now they merge. Now they merge. You have the French, descendant of the French, and you have now the descendants of the Syrians, right?
Syrians?
The Syrians, yeah, who
Oh wow.
fled from different region for
Yeah.
persecution, and then the U.S. pretty much give them visa. They send them on a mission on the Caribbean, and they're not just in Haiti; they're in the Caribbean.
Okay.
Because the reason why they set them up like that is because they did not want France, right, the Europeans, to have full control of the Caribbean. So they had to have another force that they sent to counteract the European, the French.
The
Okay,
US the US did this.
the U.S. did this. You see what I'm saying? They take people from the Middle East and then they send them throughout the Caribbean on the mission because they know that these people they good as far as like business people. They good merchants. They good at they good at starting from nothing and give them a little bit, right? They'll make sure that they take advantage of people and they come up, right?
Let
But
me
the French, they were already in the country and they control the economic system.
let me
So
ask you.
mhm.
Let me ask you why is everybody blaming all this on the Clintons? Like saying that the Clintons started this. What,
No, actually the Clinton, what they did, they pretty much furthering what was good for U.S. interests in the region. So they were very good at that. They were very good from at proliferating what's happening right now. So they have a actually they pretty much master the foreign policy, the U.S. foreign policy in Haiti.
so what are these foreign policies that's that from you being a Haitian,
Hmm.
um, coming here to America, still having family there.
Right.
What are some of the U.S. policies there that's keeping Haiti in the position that is in?
Okay. You have policies with the World Bank in the IMF, right? You
Mhm.
have the World Bank. The World Bank, pretty much in the IMF, they have two different objectives. Okay, so you have the World Bank. What do the World Bank do? The World Bank takes money from all the small countries, right, and they put it in a pool, And what they do with this money, they invest it in different program, but not social program, right? They invest them in program, not in program that's gonna help the masses, right? They put it in government programs that they dictate. They control the money. They control the funds. If they tell you, listen, we want you to rise the price of gas in your country, you have to rise it, but all at their benefit. See, let's
Hmm.
say if they're gonna give you a loan, they're gonna give you a loan, and the interest that they're gonna charge you on that loan, you won't be able to, be
Pay, you
able to
won't be
pay
able
to
to pay
come
it.
out of. Right. And you have the IMF. The IMF come in and help the people who already have money. They invest in their program, so the rich always get richer and the poor stay poor.
Or
So
right.
right. So there's no social program. They don't do anything that's gonna benefit the masses. Right. So those are the foreign policies, right, of the IMF. But the US, on the other hand, their foreign policies is, you know what, we're gonna send, you're gonna have control over your market, right? We have something where the Clinton, right, they force us to sign agreement where we lower our agricultural products, for example rice. The Clinton
Right.
are very instrumental in destroying the rice industry in Haiti. We used to be self-sustained in rice. Right now,
All right. Wait, real
about
quick. Why
mhm,
you saying that? That's I want that's okay
mhm,
because, like you said, you guys used to be self sustainable country,
mhm.
and what you're segueing into now, you're saying that the Clinton and their administration um, are some of the reasons responsible for Haiti now not being self-sustainable.
Self-sustained, and even in most specifically in rice. And Clinton came out and admit that, and he apologized for it. But he apologized after the fact,
After the fact.
after the fact, because you already know they got their foot on our neck. There's nothing we can really do about it. Where they got us. There's something that can be done about it, but it's gonna take a lot of resources and effort, and people gotta understand what's happening, right, to come out of it. So come out now and apologize. That's not enough.
What because see, we're seeing what's happening now here
Hmm.
on the ground,
Right.
and we're getting up in arms. But there was a we're seeing today and what may be possible tomorrow, but we're not looking at yesterday and
Right.
last
So
week.
so
So
let me
right,
say this too. Where we are now, where we are today. Where we are today is about the West had Haiti as its reserve for resources, natural resources. As you can see all throughout Africa, countries are rising up. They said, you know what? They're not gonna let the French take advantage of them anymore. They need to take matters in their own hand. They need to control their destiny, right? So you see that's the vibe that's going on all around because of change in geopolitics. So now, what's happening now on the ground, because the U.S. and its allies, they are very deficient in terms of natural resources. Now they want to step in to Haiti, but they don't know how to do it because the people are not going to let it happen easily. Okay, so that's why you see the what's happening right now. They brought us to this situation, this events that you see happening right now, so that the people can say, you know what, we cannot. The gangs took over, we cannot provide security for ourselves. Everybody's open arm. People are desperate. You know what? It's time to let the people come in and protect us.
this man here, this face on the screen here. Who is this man, and why is he stuck in Puerto Rico?
Okay, this man right here, you see, he's the prime minister of Haiti, right? Supposedly, right now he's out the country. The reason why this guy was brought in is because after the president was assassinated, right? Actually, prior to the president become assassinated, the president saw all the shady contract that the oligarchs had, right? And
Right.
those contracts were the source of Haiti's situation of poverty. And he discovered corruption at the core. So now he started to uh, tell the people, yo, listen, this is what we see happening. I see this contract, that con-. Then he start to dismantle or cancel some of those contract of the oligarchs. Now they wanted to get him. They assassinate his character, right? They destroy him in the media, right? Then when all that didn't work, they proceeded to assassinated him.
And that was the president that was assassinated. And
Right.
you're saying that that prime minister was has something to do with that?
Right. The prime minister, according to records, phone records, one of the people named in the assassination, he was on the ground while the president was getting assassinated, communicating with the prime minister. The yeah, who's the prime minister now? But he was on the phone with him, and they have the phone records. All right.
Okay.
So before and after. Okay. So
Yep.
now allegedly he's involved in the president being killed. And check this out. He was supposed to be nominated on Monday when the president called him and give him the news that he was gonna be the prime minister. He told the president to hold on. Let's push it for Wednesday
Oh wow.
because there's certain things, some family matters that I gotta handle. But that has never been done in the history of some prime minister is getting ready to be put in power, and then you tell the president to hold on, and then the president was assassinated on Tuesday.
Wow. So I I want to ask you this. This man here. This
Hmm.
man here. I know, and me being a black American, I don't know who this man is. I know nothing about him.
Right.
But I know what the media is saying about him. And this is why I come to you.
Hmm.
Um, First of all, who is this man? What's his name?
All right. This man, his name is Jimmy Cherizier. He was an ex-police officer. He was in the police force for 14 years. All right. And the reason why he got here today is because while he was in the police force, they sent him on a police mission, and while he was there, he was very, very instrumental in following orders that were given to him by his hierarchy, right? So he came up and he was honored, right? And he did his job as he was supposed to. He was a very, very good police officer, right? As they say, right? So now, the police force is controlled by corrupt politicians. So the corrupt politicians, along with the human rights, the people that's in the guy, one of the guys that instrumental that have him has the status of gang right now. He's a human rights activist, and that human rights activist is also involved in politics. All right, so that same guy wanted to, I think, wanted to execute um, and some a member in the opposition party. They approached him and they wanted to him to carry out the mission of killing the opposition um, person that they wanted to kill. So
Right.
he refused and he didn't take the money. Because of that, they said that the mission that they sent him to, the police sent him to do, he was involved in killing innocent people. So that they put charges on him and then they fired him from the police force.
And this is the guy they call him Barbecue.
Right.
So let
He
me
was
ask
fired
you.
from the police force unjustly based
Right.
on the information.
So let me ask you. When we see the civil unrest going on here, right? Is
Right,
that
right.
our
And let me
civil?
let me say this: because of the injustice, he became a rebel.
Right. That's what I was about to ask. So now when we see this here, let's go back to that image, right?
Hmm.
When we see this,
Hmm.
right, as black Americans, when we see this picture here as black Americans,
Automatically, you're gonna think gang without any prior information, any background of this guy. All you're gonna hear, the media gonna control the narrative, and you're not gonna know exactly the story behind it,
right?
right?
So I would ask. They told us that they took and set free 4,000 gang members, right? And I know
That's
that's
not
the
true.
media. That's what I was about to ask. So now I would ask this guy, Mr. Barbecue,
Mhm.
is um what does the people of Haiti think of him? Is he's
Now,
looking at
now
right?
check this out, right? Um, this guy right here is only the spokesperson for the entire group of people with arm. Okay, so he's not the guy. They use him to communicate to the population.
Got you.
Okay, so he's the spokesman, right? But he's in the forefront because of his skill. So they chose him as a spokesperson for the people who are armed that they call the gangs, right? Are doing. But now we got to find out the history, how they become gang, or how the name gang became attached to them, where the guns that they are using come from. As
Right
you can
now,
see.
wait, before you go there, I want to because that I'm glad that you said that because that's going to
Mhm.
go right into that's why I pulled this up
Right.
because now I see what mainstream media is saying and the
Hmm.
way the picture they're finding the fall guy for when they go in to take the gangs down. They're
Hmm.
making him be the face, right? And they putting
Right.
all this up.
Hmm.
So the question that I would ask you is if we have a place that's super poor, these people have no money. Um, they can't get no imports. They
Right.
have all kinds of U.S. sanctions. How, in God's name,
Hmm.
are they constantly getting bullets? And another thing, another question I would ask, and I'll be quiet and let you go.
Hmm.
When you see those on those mopeds riding
Hmm.
up and down, where they getting the gas? What is going?
Right.
I'm confused, Fred. Explain
Right.
that to us.
All right. So here's how it goes. This is what you see as gang activities going on is control, right? It's control terrorism. How is it control? You have the weapon. Most of the weapon came from Florida. You have 11 families. I'm talking about the oligarchs who are allowed to sell guns in Haiti. 11 families.
Wow.
All right. So the guns are smuggled to Haiti via Dominican Republic, including the bullets. Okay. So let's go to the kidnapping. The kidnapping are happening by a high rank elite. They control the kidnapping because, for example, they use those guys as pawn shops. Keep in mind, they use these guys, right, to control the insecurity that's going on in the ghetto. But let me explain to you how it works, right? They have no social program in the ghettos. You have 14, 15, 18 year olds, no workshop established, no job, right, being created in the ghettos by those oligarchs. So now, what do you think those guys, those kids, gonna do if you bring them a weapon? They're gonna take it. So now, when they take it, who you think they're gonna terrorize? People in their neighborhood, because they know they gangs, they cannot go outside of their community because even the population, if the population catch them, they'll die. So they box them in that community, and they give them guns and bullets to terrorize their own people,
Hmm.
right? So now, on the outside looking in, you're gonna start blaming them, right? You're gonna start blaming them because they actually killing people, but there's no social program, there's no job, there's nothing available, after school program, like you in a developed country, right? So now, how do you expect these kids to survive? All right, so that's number one, right? So that they give them guns, they give them ammunition, right? So now, whenever they do a kidnapping, they place the person that they kidnap, right, at a location where the gangs are. So now they already
Wait,
do the huh?
real fast. I'm sorry to cut you.
Hmm.
Who's doing the who's the people that are allegedly
Doing
suspected in doing the kidnappings?
the kidnapping. Sometimes you have uh, family members in the oligarch. You have people in the bank, people who owns the bank because they know who has money and who don't have money. When people have transfers coming from from outside, for to support their family, they know how much money you have in the bank account. You see what I'm saying? Because it's very organized. It's organized crime. So now
Right.
when they can tell the gang people go kidnap this person, this person. They're gonna do it because they are given orders, right? Because the people who send them to kidnap, they already have records of that person has money. We can actually make money. So when the family member of the person that they kidnap pay the money, the gang probably get 10 to 20% of the money, but the rest of the money go to the oligarchs.
Dang.
Okay,
And see, I'll say this to the people out there. This is the stuff that's not really being reported.
right. It goes to
Um,
the oligarchs and
yeah.
also politicians who are involved in the kidnapping.
Let me ask you then, how, from your perspective, when you're sitting around talking to, like your family, or like just Haitian friends, like if you hear family down in Miami or wherever, right?
Hmm.
What type of conversations are you guys having that we may not understand as to how you can fix this problem?
Okay, what you see happening right now, people never thought that this would happen. Even the people, what they were wishing that those guys that are uh, that in Haiti, barbecue, what they doing right now, that's what everybody would expect them to do. Turn the
Okay,
guns to the people that give them the guns. You see what I'm saying?
right.
Instead of terrorizing their own people in the community, is point the gun back to the people that messed up their life, that they will never be any they could never be. It's very difficult for them to become a useful member of society,
So
right?
let me ask you then.
Because
Let
of the
me ask,
situation that they put them in.
right. So let me ask you so we can get clarity.
Hmm.
Are you saying that uh a lot of these gangs are turning their guns now on the
What
powers
they
that
doing right now, they come together. They used to fight with each other. They used to fight among each other. They used to, like for example, this black is fighting with this black. Right now,
yes,
they all come together. They said, "Listen, we're gonna fight against the people who give us the guns because we cannot travel outside of the country, right? We are bound to stay here. So if we're gonna stay here, it's gonna be paradise for us and them, or it's gonna be hell for everybody. So at
right.
this
So
point, they all come together as a unified front. Now they fighting the government as well as the oligarchs.
got you. So right. So with that being said, because what I'm seeing, what they're showing us here, and you here in America is it looks like they're showing the gangs just attacking people. It makes
Right,
it look like they're just killing everybody moving.
right. Because the reason why they doing it like that is because the power that's be even people in the media. Some people are well aware. But the media people controlled by the same power elite in the U.S. So they understand the game and everything that's going on. What they are doing is they pushing the narrative, because right now they are being exposed by the same gang members, because the gang members said, "Listen, we're gonna start telling where we get the guns from." They're gonna start naming names of the elite, who give them the guns. The
Oh,
politicians will give them the gun. That's what's going on right now. So right now they're trying to move in on the gangs, right, to kill them so that the story don't come out. But those guys, they come together now. They said that's not gonna happen. They rather die, and they ready to die. That's pretty much what's going on right now.
mm, this is crazy, man.
So
Like
they
this
ready
is
to face anything to expose the system. That's pretty much. But their plan is to dismantle the system and start from zero. That's their plan.
I wanna
That's the ultimate.
I wanna go here real quick and play a little clip of Shazir when he's talking. Let's see if they
justice, but at the same time,
Oh wait, they don't show him talking on here. Let's see. I want to find one of the interviews when he's actually speaking.
Hmm.
When he actually, because I see the picture that they're painting of him.
Right, because what happened right now, those kids, I mean, those guys, their eyes are beginning to open. Right, they start to say, you know what, we backstand. And
Right.
the prime minister just went to Kenya, to bring, to sign a bilateral agreement
I was
with
going to ask you
Kenya.
about Kenya.
Okay, all right. Hmm.
I seen that they were sending Kenyan troops
Right,
over there to try to fight against the gangs.
right.
And I seen a Kenyan. I looked to, earlier today. I seen a Kenyan brother was speaking, was saying first I thought he was speaking ill of the Haitians at first, but he wasn't. He was
Hmm.
saying that listen, y'all, you guys got to let Haiti handle Haiti. Don't send our troops there to get killed to handle something that basically the U.S. and Haiti should be handling.
Hmm.
And I didn't understand at first. I got offended when I heard it, but then I thought and I understood what he was saying. When he was saying, like, wait a minute, you guys created this problem. Now you want to send some black faces there, where
Hmm.
because if you send some Europeans there, they go there and just start shooting black people. It ain't gonna look. It's not gonna look right. It's gonna look
Right.
inhumane in today. So you get some Kenyan troops and send them over there and make it like they got to restore order. But who are the Kenyan troops working for?
Right.
And that's what
Exactly.
the Kenyan brother was saying. Like, why are you sending our people for stuff that you guys are creating, and you gonna send our
Hmm.
people over there to get killed by other black people?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's pretty much what it's about. That's
Man, it's crazy.
because and also the reason why they want to send the Kenyan there. You remember Kenya um, was colonized by the British.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of Kenyan died. The soldiers, they used their soldiers, and a lot of the soldiers died. So they looking for reparation. Okay, so they refused to give reparation. In 23, they had a settlement, but that settlement was too small. The people weren't satisfied with what came of it. So now they want to use the Kenyan, right? And you know who's behind the Kenyan, pushing Kenya over there?
Who that?
Is a British guy. He's a British diplomat named Jonathan Powell. Jonathan Powell is a British diplomat, right? He's pushing for the Kenyan go there because the soldiers or the police they're gonna send there so that they can make some money as a form of reparation, right? When they go to
Wow.
Haiti.
So
You
they
see what I'm saying?
send
So
them
that's why
there.
they keep pushing them there so that they can come up. It's a come up. They try to get them to get a come up, for the reparation that they owe the Kenyan
So they
people.
can make he want to send them there so they can make some money to pay Kenyan reparations.
Yes, that's
Wow.
pretty much what's happening right now.
Wow.
And his name, you can Google his name is Jonathan Powell. Powell. Jonathan Powell. He's a Brit, and he's also working on behalf of BP. Okay, BP BP has a contract where they want to go to Haiti to explore the petroleum. So the reason why they going after the prime minister right now, they don't want him back in the country. The U.S. that is because the U.S. was supporting him wholeheartedly, is because last week he went to CARICOM. The CARICOM is the members of the Caribbean countries, right?
Yeah.
He went to CARICOM. While he was in CARICOM, he went to Kenya, the prime minister. All his expenses were financed to go to Kenya by the BP guy, the Jonathan Powell the
Wow.
British guy, diplomat. So now when he went there, he signed the agreement. The US did not know that he was going to sign the agreement while in Kenya. He thought that he was going to travel to the UN, right, to have his ambassadors sign the papers. When they saw him in Kenya, sign the paper, they were shocked
Yeah.
because now they felt like this guy double crossed them. Even though British and America, they all for their interests, even though they fighting among each other. So US got jealous and want to let him go.
So I mean, what from your perspective, because you saw, I mean, you're older like me, so you've seen a lot of history of Haiti.
Hmm.
What do you think with this last? situation that's happening here in Haiti. What do you
Mhm.
think the outcome is going to be with this?
Here's what the outcome's gonna be. Right now, the people with arm, they call the gangs, they steadfast on not letting the system regenerate itself. And you have a guy there that called Guy Philippe. He's the strategist behind things that's happening right now. Okay, and he's very instrumental in what's happening in Haiti right now. He was in prison in the U.S. and he did his time and he came back in the country. And since he got back, he he launched the revolution. So they fighting a revolution right now, and it's either it's gonna be worse or the system gonna generate itself, but it's not gonna be. It's not something that's gonna end right now because at some point the people are saying enough is enough.
They're tired.
Now we gotta, yeah, we tired. We gotta make decision. Make our own decision. We gotta, because as a matter of fact, to have a police, to have a police chief, the U.S. gotta agree. To
What?
have a president, the U.S. gotta agree. To
So
have a
they
prime
don't have
minister,
any autonomy over their own people.
no, that's it. So that's pretty much what the people said. That enough is enough. They're not gonna have that anymore. They don't
What
want
is
to have that anymore.
what is the um, feelings of the Haitian people up in America right now, especially in Miami? I mean, in
Hmm.
Florida, just in Florida, period. In Florida, here. What are you guys amongst yourselves? What is being talked about now? Like, what is the
Yeah,
feelings?
that's one of the problems that we having. We have people in the diaspora that are fighting, but they not fighting on a unified front because here in America, some people are content, with have a job and being able to eat, have a car, have a house, and this is why some people are fleeing the country is because they put the country in this situation where you would not want to live in Haiti, so you want to leave the country. You see what I'm saying? So this is a calculated move. Okay, so now everybody wants the country to be good, but most people are not fighting for it. You see what I'm saying? And they knew that, but now it's the time for the people to rise up. You
What
see what I'm saying?
look at that car. I'm um I'm hearing that the prime minister that was taken out, that was assassinated. I'm hearing
No,
that
you're
he
talking
was,
about the president.
yeah, the president.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot they got a president and a prime minister, right?
Hmm.
I, I'm hearing that the president was very much loved and respected by the people. Is that
A-
true?
Actually, at the time that he started to spill the beans on what he saw happening at the height of government in Haiti, they had already assassinated his character.
Oh, so
So
let me ask you: despite the Western media, as
mhm,
a Haitian, what was the Haitians' public sentiment on him, separate from the media's?
separate from the media, it was divided.
Okay,
It
okay.
was divided. Keep in mind, um, here's how they govern in Haiti. You have the media, okay? They control the media. The oligarchs control the media. They control the narrative. They control the education system, okay? And on top of it, they control religious system, okay? And then they control politics and they control the economy. So they have the country locked in their pocket. So whatever is said in the media, for example, they would use a politician and pay the politician few bucks and have the politician go say something and they will go on the radio and say it. You see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
they pay journalists who would uh, uh, put narrative that's in their favor, and the people would listen to it. Because if you listen to something every day, every day, every day, you see what
You
I'm saying?
believe
They
it.
become you believe it. So that's pretty much what. But the reason why people are waking up is because of social media.
So,
Because they don't really have control. They don't have control of social media. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what what's been the battleground
So
for
as
the
a
people.
Haitian,
Mhm.
I know when you're dealing with our people here in the diaspora, whether you in
Right.
America, Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados, Trinidad, when you're dealing with our people,
Mhm.
um, we never can all just come together as just when we just all agree. It's just,
Right.
you know, it's just it's that's part of the sickness that dwells amongst us. But as a Haitian, if you was
Mhm.
down in Florida right now and you was in Little Haiti and you guys were sitting around and talking, who is the person in as far as elected official or former elected official or somebody that's in position of power that most of the Haitian people, who is that name that's being spread around that most of the Haitian people will want to lead? Who would that person be?
I mean, you don't really have any you can trust, really.
Oh,
There's not really one person you can say, okay, I'm gonna rally beyond a person because his track record, because he's been fighting for the people. They will rather rise up for what's happening in Israel before they rise up for Haiti. When the situation get really rough, to save face, one might come out and say something. You see what I'm saying? But as
yes,
far as like fighting, but right now it's pretty much those guys, young guys on social media, that's pretty much holding the battle right now.
so I
But
go
as
back
far
to
as
what the good book said. The Most High is going to raise up. Most High is going to raise up somebody from amongst the children, from amongst the
right,
youth.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because
it's going to have to be
because
something.
what you see happening in Haiti right now is very, very, very technical. It's not easy for anybody to understand. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the mainstream media, once they say something, people tends to run with it and they think this is the whole story, but that's not the whole story.
Yeah. So I would just wait. I would just ask in the last, I guess we got 5 more minutes left.
Hmm.
I would just ask, do you have any active family members there on the ground right now?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah. Everybody got have people in Haiti. You know,
whew. Are they
I mean,
safe?
mostly Haiti, mostly every Haitian in the diaspora have people in Haiti.
Well, let me ask you this because I remember during the earthquake you had told me something because I understand is this relegated to a certain specific spot in Haiti or is this all across Haiti now? This
I mean, it is concentrated in Port-au-Prince, right? It's concentrated in Port-au-Prince. But as of right now, when Port-au-Prince is in turmoil, the whole country feels it.
okay, yeah,
So
because
the entire country feels
I remember during the earthquake when I called you, you were saying it was down there on the south side, but on the north side it was pretty much still intact at that
it.
time.
Right. But again, they make it as Port-au-Prince is the whole country, but Port-au-Prince is
Right,
not the whole country.
right. That's why
Right,
I
but
asked.
right. But mostly the political decisions, they made in Haiti. I mean, they made in Port-au-Prince.
Well, let me ask you as a Pan Africanist, um, and a person that's for our people, that's for our nation, that's for our people. Um, what can what can more of us do that's not from Haiti, but we have the social media platforms? What more can we do to get the message out to the people and to put more eyes on what's actually happening in Haiti? Now, what more from a Haitian perspective? What more do you think that we can do?
I mean, what you're doing right now, just invite me on a platform and trying to get more understanding of the situation and speak to other Haitians, get different perspective, and then share it among your people in your platform, and ask to be go to their meetings so that you can get more understanding. Once you get more understanding, you'll see where you can help. You know what I mean? You'll share your ideas because we are the same people, but sometimes we are divided, thinking that we are different. So it's just like get more understanding, and once you get more understanding, you yourself will know where to help.
Lastly, in Miami, they have what they call I think this a lot of Haitian kids the Zoe like
Hmm.
Zoe Pound or whatever.
Hmm.
I was on social media earlier, and I was hearing like a lot of the Zopound guys say that a lot of the unrest, a lot of the gangs there was also representing Zoe, and one guy was they were arguing with each other because they were saying that Zoe, what was created in Miami, as far as the gangs, is not the real representation of what Zoe was supposed to be about. And he was saying that what you see is happening in Haiti now is what Zoe was supposed to be about, the revolution, not actually Haitians killing each other and selling drugs and wilding out. And I was on in Twitter Spaces,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right,
and
right. Mm-hmm,
they were talking about it because the guy was talking about the Zoe, and they were saying though no, Zoe was supposed to be to basically build and uplift Haitians, not basically like the way you know how Black American gangs in its it beginning what it was supposed to be for, but what it morphed into, and that's
mm-hmm.
what they were talking about. So it was pretty interesting when you know hearing it from the Haitian perspective, and um, just seeing how when us as African Americans talk, how we're so divided on everything. I was hearing the same thing amongst the Haitians
Right.
because
You see everything that you see happening in the corners in America with
mhm,
so-called blacks. It's
yes,
the same thing that's happening in Haiti, except on a more it's for
it's more intense because of the
it's more
poverty.
intense because of the poverty, but the international interest beyond what's happening is for big resources, big money. People gonna see things on the surface, but you see the prime minister, but he's not working in the interest of the people. He's working in the interest of multinationals. You see what I'm saying? At the detriment of the population. Those guys right here, they are victims of a game, of a multinational game, and they start
Yes.
seeing what's happening. And then that's what they turning the game around. Say, you know what? We're not gonna let ourselves be used anymore. We're gonna take the guns and the ammunition. We're gonna turn it against the people. We're gonna demolish the system and start fresh. That's pretty much what it's about. At the end of the day, it's not even about the game.
I want to say out there, all this information is, alleged. I'm talking to my friend Fred, is originally from Haiti. He's giving his perspective on what's going on in the media. We put this out to not be censored, to actually have the right to actually give our opinion. Nothing is based on facts. It's based on what he's giving out and what uh, Fred said today, you can actually go and research for yourself.
Right. And also, I'm not supporting gangs, but I see the big picture. All
Right.
right, I see the big picture, and I see what's happening with the people right now that they call the gangs. They switching the game around, and the system doesn't like that. The
So
system doesn't like what's happening.
give us Fred, floor is yours. I'll give you 5 minutes. Give us closing out on on just the perspective, Haiti, and just talk to the Black Americans and the people in Haiti. Just give us a good closeout. The floor is
All right.
yours.
So what I'm saying to everybody listening, this is a power struggle, or this is what you see happening in Haiti right now. It's the same thing that's happening in America. All right, because America is a big country, it's very difficult for us to see it in the same level. But what's happening right now, you see it's intense, but it is controlled. This is like a chess game that's being played. And what happened is you don't want the slaves to discover, what's behind it. But once the slaves discover what the game is, no matter how you try to dress it, you try to play it, eventually it's gonna crumble. So that's what we're seeing right now. We see the dismantle of the system. Haiti did it before, and that's one of the reasons why also America don't want to go to Haiti, even though they have the weapons. They have all kinds of sophisticated weapons. They don't want to step foot in Haiti because they don't know what the turnout can be. You see what I'm saying? This is very unpredictable. You can have all the AI, you can have all your weapon, but the human being, the human spirit, is something that you cannot predict. That's the part of the game that is not being spoken. You see what I'm saying? And that's why what's happening right now is very dangerous. They trying to use other forces, Kenya, or to send so that they can pull the rug or use them as puppets You see what I'm saying? Because the geopolitical game landscape is changing. It's changing. You see what I'm saying? You see Cuba, you see Venezuela, they supporting Haiti. They just waiting for something bad to happen for them to step in. Things
Yeah,
are really changing.
I saw some Jamaicans saying that they need this same thing that happened in Jamaica. I said, oh, I said, and they were saying that they need a revolution in Jamaica. So like I said, you guys out there, I want to first of all, I want to thank my brother Fred for coming on to actually speak um, to this issue, and I also want to thank you guys out there for tuning in when this video hit you and standing to its entirety to actually care about what's actually happening to other Black people in the diaspora. Um, we have to use our media now to highlight and showcase us and what's happening to us, and everything that we said you can actually research. It's alleged. We're not speaking and nothing in fact. It's for you to go do the research yourself,
Right,
and
right, right,
we say that to not be censored.
right.
um,
And
and close.
I want to say one this also, the social media is good and bad, but for the most part, thanks to social media, that's why you're able to see what's happening. If it was before, this thing would go, US would invade, and nobody would know, and they would continue about their business, exploiting the people, and you would not even know what's behind this whole situation of the gangs in Haiti.
Yep.
So, yep,
And with that being said, I want to say thank you guys. We're signing off now. My brother again, Fred, thank you for coming on here and saying your piece. Maybe next week, sometime as more of this come out, we'll bring you back on. Maybe I can get some other Haitian brothers to come on too, and we can actually broaden this discussion and really open it up to really get this message out there, because this is a very serious thing right now. It's something that's not to be played with, and it has to be talked about. So again, thank you to you guys out there. I love y'all. To the next time. Peace.
thank you.
All right, there we go.